Place Regular Polygon. This tool is located underneath the MoDOT main toolbar. Fifth one down, which is your polygons. I'll hold my left mouse button down over top of it and select the fourth one that says Place Regular Polygon. In this tool you have three different methods. You have the inscribed, circumscribed, or by edge. I'm going to select the inscribed first. You define how many edges you want on your regular polygon. We'll just leave it set to 8. The radius, if you have a defined radius inside here, that will be the radius of the outside portion if you have your method set to inscribed. And I'll just leave it set to 20 for now, and maybe on the next one I'll set it just to dynamic, which I'll just swipe through it and put in 0. But if I left click to start it, which would be the center point of my shape, and then I pull it out, since I have a radius already defined here, now you just define it what direction that you want to go. And you'll notice here on the where I have my cursor at, you'll see that it's tied to the vertex of that closed shape. That is the method for inscribed. Basically that shape is going to be inscribed of an imaginary circle around that object. So if I left click to place it, now I have my closed shape out there, or my polygon. If I set this to circumscribed as my method, and this time I'll set my radius maybe to 10 or 15. I'll lock it in by hitting the enter key. I'll left click to define where I want to place it at. And now you'll notice this time, if I move my cursor around, you'll see it's set to the center of one of those edges. So if I come out there and I place a circle of a 15-foot radius inside that area at that same center point, the shape of it's going to be on the outside of it. So that's your different methods between circumscribed and inscribed. And then of course once you're ready to place that shape, you'll left click to drop it, depending on what rotation that you want it, and you're finished. If I did not have a radius inside here, if I had it set to 0, here's where I can just come out here and pull it out dynamically depending on where I need to place it at. Maybe if I need to snap to an endpoint or do some other method. Your other method that you have is by edge. And what this will do is gray out your radius option, and whenever you define it, whatever length that you define for your edge, that's going to be how big your shape is going to be, depending on how many edges that you want. So basically what you're doing here is defining the length of that edge. So I'll left click once, and you'll notice as I'm pulling it out, it's going to get bigger depending on the length of that edge. And then if I'm ready to drop it off, I'll left click to drop it, and then I have that shape placed out there. So that's what your Place Regular Polygon will allow you to do.